Hi everybody, I hope you're well. In today's video I'm with my friend Bex and I'm going to be doing a portrait shoot with Bex using my new lens, the Sony 50mm 1.2. So let's crack on. I have wanted this lens for a long time. Why? Well, basically because I love shooting at very wide apertures. As you can see in these photographs, I always love shooting through things that create really nice and colourful foreground bokeh, and you get that by shooting at very wide apertures. So if you followed me in my channel, you'll know that I love shooting on my 35mm f1.8 and the 85mm f1.8, and they're really good, but what's better than 1.8 is 1.2. So the 50mm is a focal length that I'm not that familiar with. That's why I'm going to be using it literally for the first time in this shoot, but I can't wait to shoot at 1.2. And I can tell you now that everything that I do on today's shoot will be taken at f1.2, because there's no point in spending a lot of money on a lens like this and shooting at f4. You're going to buy this lens for the really wide aperture. To create that foreground bokeh, I'm always looking for things to shoot through, and this yellow bush I think will be really nice. So I'm going to start off by obviously putting my aperture to f1.2. It's very bright today. As you can see, we're in very harsh light, so I'm going to make sure that I'm positioning Bex with a dark background behind her. That's really important, because otherwise she will just get lost in the sun. So I'm at f1.2, ISO 100, 6400 in my shutter speed. Again, very bright. I'm not even used to shooting at these shutter speeds, but the reason I am is because I'm now at f1.2 rather than f2 or f1.8. Beautiful, Bex. And you'll see what I'm doing here is getting really close to this foreground. Gorgeous. And I'm trying to make sure that Bex is kept with the dark background behind her. That's really important. Thank you. What I'm now going to do is front light Bex. So I'll ask Bex to stand, I think here, Bex, if that's okay, please. So I'm going to put her here so that we have the nice bokeh of the background. Bex will again be against dark background, and I can still shoot through this. Whenever I'm shooting through anything like this, I want this to be lit by the sun. This will then light up, which will create the cool foreground bokeh. What I would never advise you do is just shoot through this if it's in shade, because the shutter speeds that we're going to be shooting at will mean that this will just go really underexposed and you won't get the colourful foreground bokeh. These look really nice. Stunning. Really beautiful. Thank you very much. I'm loving already how out of focus the foreground is and the background. As you can see here, it just melts away when you're shooting at f1.2. Okay, Bex, how would you be sitting here? We'll have to be careful here because you will be blind, I think, when you look up, but we'll give it a go. I've never worked with Bex before, so the last thing I want to do is blind her on shoot one. Yeah, exactly. Don't do that with your models. Blind them on like shoot 4 or 5. By that point, you've got a relationship with them. And are we able to, Bex, just when you're looking that way, if we can just move this bit of hair just this side, back the other side, sorry, that's it, yeah. And then you're just going to be looking in that direction, but you can keep your eyes closed. That's it, yeah, really good. These are beautiful. The light on Bex here is perfect. Notice how I positioned Bex so that she's got basically Rembrandt lighting, which is that little triangle of light as we look at it on the right-hand side of her face. Gorgeous. And again, it's important that this area here is lit up. If it wasn't, then it'd all be underexposed. Gorgeous, Bex. Okay, what I'm now going to do is try this lens by injecting a bit of movement. So I'm still going to say f1.2, but I've asked Bex to go over here, and I'm going to ask her just to slowly walk towards me, and I'm going to shoot through this foreground bush, again to give me some nice foreground bokeh, and let's see how it does with the autofocus. I already know it's going to be amazing. It's a G Master lens, but we'll just give it a go.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. I'm going to do one more time, Bex. That was perfect. I made a mistake there. When Bex looked towards the light, which is what I wanted to do, and she did, I was in the wrong position. So I'm going to be on this side of the bush, so when Bex looks to the sun, she's looking into the frame. Okay? And just looking towards the light, Bex. Nice. Perfect, thank you very much. So what we're now going to do, the sun is still really high in the sky, so I'm going to wait a little bit now for the sun to be a bit lower, and then we'll take some shots when the sun is really low and get some really beautiful warm sunset shots. So I'm going to pass you over to me in about an hour's time. So I lied, we were going to wait a bit longer till the sun was low. It's still very high, but as we were walking to find another location, we've come across these really nice white flowers. Only problem is there is a lot of thistles everywhere, but hey ho, got to do it for the shot. So I'm going to go in. I'm not expecting Bex to go into this, but I'm going to go in here and shoot through these flowers here because I think they're really nice. Are they flowers or are these the weed?
I think they're weeds.
Okay, well, beautiful weeds. So yeah, again, because the sun is so bright and it's on Bex facing her at the minute, I'm going to have to just keep her eyes down. Again, I don't want to blind her or anything. Taking the lens cap off will always help you. That's another little tip. Yeah, I've learned that. Yeah, it's really nice, this foreground. So again, Bex, if you want to just be looking down, maybe if you're playing with your hair with your left, that's it, yeah. That's really nice there. Good. Stunning. I'm trying as well to keep a lot of that sky out of the frame because I want Bex to be the brightest part of the photograph, and the sky is quite bright. That's good. Good, really good. Bex is doing an amazing job. I can't say how bright this sun is, and she's facing it full on here. Thank you very much. Sunset next. So as you can see now, the light is getting lower, so I found this area here, which is really beautiful because we can side lit Bex and I can shoot through these yellow flowers in the foreground. So the foreground should look really nice when we shoot it at f1.2. Perfect there, that's gorgeous. And again, I've got to go really close to the foreground. That's amazing. Just looking towards that light a little bit more, that's it, good. Really nice there. Yeah, and just swishing away.
I couldn't resist trying out the new Photoshop Beta generative fill tool on some of these shots, and as you'll see, I've included a few in this video.
Amazing. Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, let's find our next location. And here we are with the light getting lower and lower in the sky, and it's now looking really nice. So just before we lose it over the horizon, I've asked Bex just to sit here for me. I'm going to take some natural light shots with the sun backlighting her. First of all, let's see what happens if we shoot through. Yeah, we're going to shoot through here first of all. Really nice. And just looking to your right, please, Bex. That's it, good.
Just to remind you, all the photographs that you see in my videos were edited using my Lightroom preset pack, which you can download from my website. The pack includes my presets, brushes, magic masks, and a 100-minute editing tutorial video in which I show you exactly how I edit my photographs.
I'm going to position myself so that Bex is more behind the dark background. Really good. Gonna go a bit further back. Let's just shoot through all this colourful greenery. I've got to be careful with my focus because at the end of the day I'm still at 1.2, which means that it's a tiny area of focus. Just looking to your left now, Bex, if that's okay. I'm just gonna now, that's beautiful. I'm checking here the focus because yeah, it's tack sharp. I'm at 1.2, so remember, even though we're using the latest technology and it's amazing, we're still at f1.2. So if you're shooting, especially with your subject far away, check your focus before you leave, or else you'll kick yourself. Actually, if I can just pick some flowers for you, I can just give you these, Bex, just to be looking at with that hand, if that's okay. So yeah, there could be a bit more in that way, if that's right, so I can see them against the light a bit more. That's it, yeah. That's really nice, yeah, just looking to them there. That's really good. These are beautiful. Really good. Stunning. Perfect. What I'm going to do before we finish this shoot, I'm going to change the Sony 50mm to the Canon 50mm 1.2, which is a really old lens. It's like 10 years old now, but it gives you really amazing flare in these sort of conditions. This lens, much as I love it, I do really like it, does not seem to give anywhere near the same lens. Does not give anywhere near the same flare, and it won't do either because it's got lens coating on, whereas the old lens doesn't. So let's just compare that. So I want to go to my bag now and put on the Canon 50mm 1.2. Okay, so to use this lens, the Canon 50mm 1.2, I have to have an adapter, which is the Sigma MC11 adapter, and it works really well. So I definitely recommend that. This lens is like a quarter of the price of the Sony lens, but you'd expect that because it's also 10 years old and it's not going to have anywhere near the same speed of focus as the Sony will. But let's see what it does. Really nice. But what you can see is the flare. Good. Perfect. Okay, very last shot of the day. If you don't mind, Bex, I'll let it to the end. Would you mind lying down if that's okay? And I'm going to stand above you shooting down. Okay, so very unusual picture I'm doing here. I always like to finish shoot on something a little bit more unusual because we've got this amazing light. And let's just see. We've already got amazing stuff, so we may as well just try. That's really good, Bex. Now I can't see the screen very well at the moment, but obviously the A9 that I'm using has amazing eye autofocus, so I know that we'll get the focus. Thank you very much. So here are my favourite photographs from this shoot. The first time I have ever used the Sony 50mm 1.2 G Master lens. I've really enjoyed using it. I love being able to shoot at 1.2. It just makes the foreground and the background melt away, which is just beautiful for the work that I do. So a massive thank you to Bex for modelling for me tonight. You've been amazing. Remember to follow Bex on Instagram. Huge thank you as well to Helen for filming for me. And as always, if you have any questions about anything I've done in this shoot, please do let me know in the comments. Thank you very much again for watching, and I will see you next time.